If you could only take one rifle into elk country, what are you choosing? I know what I'd take, but I wanted to ask the experts themselves. So over the past few weeks, I asked over 100 different elk guides from across the West what their top 3 favorite elk hunting cartridges were, whether they use it themselves or that they prefer their clients use. I figured if anyone's gonna know what the best elk hunting cartridge is, it's going to be the guys that kill the most elk. So I text people that I know personally. I went to Facebook groups. I even went to online hunting forums, which are oddly still a thing. And today I have tallied up the results. Let's get into them. Now we're going to do the top 5, but I wanted to shout out a few of the honorable mentions, including the 300 PRC and the 7 PRC. These were mentioned quite a bit, but they didn't quite have the numbers that the others here on our list did. And speaking of PRC, we're going to get into number 5, and that is the 6.5 PRC. Now this one kind of surprised me cracking the top 5, but it kind of makes sense from the comments I was getting. A lot of the guys were saying that they liked that it had a lot more mild of a recoil, meaning that their clients could shoot it a lot more accurately. And obviously shot placement is more important than what you're really shooting. And so the 6.5 PRC, I think, has really gained a reputation as being a very mild recoiling elk capable cartridge. So as long as it's in the right hands and you're shooting a good bullet, 6.5 PRC apparently is a very popular elk hunting cartridge. And while yes, it is a little on the lighter side, coming in at number 4, we're taking a pretty big step up because number 4 was the 300 Remington Ultra Mag. Better known as the 300 RUM, this is one of the big dogs when it comes to the 30 calibers, and this thing is very potent elk hunting medicine. Pushing big 200 grain bullets and having well enough energy out to extended ranges. It really didn't surprise me to see this one on the list. The only downside that was ever mentioned with this one is the obvious increase in recoil. But if you can handle the recoil, this thing is a beast and definitely can put down a bull at pretty much whatever range you're shooting at. And with that, we're into the top 3, which honestly, I did predict what the top 3 would be, but I had my order wrong. So let me know down below in the comments if you know what the top 3 are going to be and what order you'd put them in. But coming in at number 3 is one that is no surprise to anybody. It is the 30-06. Now the 30-06 has been here for well over 100 years, and in my opinion, might be the one that has killed the most elk out of anything on this list. There's a wide variety of different bullet sizes and styles you can use with it. You can find 30-06 ammo everywhere. There's definitely no shortage of it. And it just flat out works. Hiking all day in the elk woods with a good 30-06, to me, there's just something so nostalgic about that. I know a lot of people would probably put this at the number 1, but coming in as the runner-up, number 2, we have the 7 Mag. Now I really like the 7 Mag, and I think the 7 PRC is very quickly closing that gap, but the 7 Mag has just been around for way longer. It's tried and true, and it's no surprise that most guides are reaching for this one instead of one of these newer cartridges. Not only has it been around for a while, it's super flat shooting, and it's one of the most well-balanced elk rifles out there. Now I knew the 7 Mag was going to be in the top 3, definitely in the top 5, but personally I thought the 30-06 might have beat it, but I did correctly predict the number 1 pick, what most guides said across the board, which coincidentally would be my number 1 pick if I had to choose any one cartridge to go elk hunting with, and that is the 300 Win Mag. Now this should come as no surprise to most people. The 300 Win Mag and elk hunting just go together like peanut butter and jelly. Like many other options on this list, 300 Win Mag, while maybe not cheap, is pretty readily available no matter what store you go into. It's not one of these new flashy cartridges that may be hard to find ammo for. And overall, it just offers a good balance of trajectory, energy, and availability. It also kind of blew me away by how big of a margin the 300 Win Mag won this competition. Of over 100 guides that I got a response from, 50% mentioned the 300 Win Mag somewhere in their top 3. The 300 Win Mag and elk hunting are just kind of the classic combo and is what I would personally choose. But there is one thing that was a common thread amongst all the answers I got across the board. Almost every single guide mentioned this, and that is shot placement. No matter what cartridges they chose, almost everyone said it all comes down to shot placement. So while everything on this list is very capable of killing an elk, it really doesn't matter what you're using as long as your shot placement is good and you take the time to make a good shot. So I thought these results were super interesting. I just wanted to share them in a real quick video this week, guys. I appreciate all the support. Let me know down below, what are your top 3 choices for elk hunting when it comes to rifle cartridges? And how do they stack up to this list? Let me know down below. I appreciate you watching this video, guys. I really appreciate the support. We'll catch you in the next one.